Everybody got notes. It's so nice. Mikhail
Notes.
Wilford too.
Yes.
I give you
Yes.
Notes.
all a gold star. Very good job taking notes in class is a high brownie point kind of thing. We
Thank you,
definitely
Miss
say
Yes.
that.
Katie.
Sorry, both my parents are teachers. I'm like, that's such a good job. Everybody gets a gold star.
Hey, we used to have a little calendar on the refrigerator with the magnets holding it up with the little stars on it and shit, for doing our
Yep.
chores and
Oh
good.
yeah.
I mean, 6 kids, you got a lot of stars.
A lot of stars.
A lot of
A lot-
stars.
One thing I love about this movie, can we talk,
Yeah.
is, the maker, M. Night Shyamalan. Dude's
Shyamalan.
crazy.
Which
Well,
yes.
his movies
And-
are always just so out there.
What's the other one I love with what's his name that River Phoenix's brother? River Huh?
Lee Phoenix.
Joaquin?
Joaquin
Phoenix.
Phoenix in M. Night Shyamalan remade the the great science fiction movie. Come on, help me, guys. My brain is dead.
I don't know.
The one was not the Day of the Triffids. Was it not the Day of the Triffids? It was one of the great all-time science fiction movies. The field with the kids in the farmhouse.
Oh, you're talking about Signs.
Oh, you mean Signs?
Cute.
I was thinking about
it.
that one today too, but
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I saw that. Yeah,
Signs was
Signs.
good.
Thank you. I knew
I
somebody would.
actually really enjoyed this movie. He's, like I said, his movies are always so bizarre.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love about him too is that he always puts himself in his movies. Have you guys noticed that?
Right.
He always gives himself one character in every movie he puts in. He puts himself in the movies.
He and Alfred Hitchcock did that. Both he and Alfred Hitchcock did that. That was a thing,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So anyway, we go into this movie and we're listening to this man and his wife talk about the award that he's gotten, and they're both drunk as shit on wine, which is sweet, and it's nice that they have a little wine cellar down there. But
Wine
she's
cellar. Yeah.
a little freaky, kind of cold down there, a little shiver. It's
I
like
noticed that.
the premonition.
Like she could feel something was down there.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something different. Yeah.
And you feel it with her because she's so good. And that's Tony. Is it Tony Collette? Was that Tony Collette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the mother of Cole is Tony Collette.
Oh, right. But the other
right.
is what's her name? I can't think of her name.
Well, I
Anyway.
posted everybody's names, but now I can't remember who they were, so that'll teach me.
Tony Collette is excellent, by the way, in her role.
Yeah. She was
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
feel so
She's-
bad for her. I tell you what, the whole time you're just like,
Well,
Yeah, I
geez,
know.
single mother, dude.
And everybody thinks it's her that's doing
Yeah,
something to the kid through the whole movie. Yeah.
That's
Dis-
a whole other
despite
person,
that, all she's trying is to understand what is hurting her
What's
son.
correct? What's going on? Right.
It
Well,
just
there's a
feels-
single mother with a troubled child, and there's really, in all honesty, anybody who's ever been out there knows it's really a tangled system. If you want to get help, and the first person they blame is the parent. The first always,
Parent. Always.
Yeah.
Always. They always do. Correct.
Yeah. And you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of proving otherwise, unless you can prove otherwise.
Unless you can- yeah.
I
Yeah.
liked going back to the beginning here. I like the easy discussion going on back and forth. Where you
Yeah.
sound like Dr. Seuss when you've been drinking.
Yes.
Do I? he leans
Yeah,
into it.
And then he does the little Dr. Seuss routine a little later.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was sweet. Yeah. But
And it was nice to know that he was a child psychologist. So that was
yeah.
kind of a hint of what's gonna go later in the series too, which is pretty good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those well-written scenes where in 5 seconds you've learned kind of everything
Yep.
you need to know about the characters, and they do that really,
Correct.
really well in this one.
Really well. They do.
We love those writers that can do that. So then
Mhm.
we have this disturbing moment with Vincent, the former patient.
Breaks into the house. Yes. Oh,
Donnie Wahlberg
that was
got
creepy.
some serious accolades for this
Serious?
because it was his
Yes.
real first acting job where it was a serious
Yeah, I got-
character.
Donnie
You got some-
Wahlberg underlined here. Yeah. It's
Yep.
just like, my God, you played a good crazy person.
totally.
Whack,
It's a good
Whack,
job.
and you just really felt it. You just knew the agony and anguish this child had experienced. And you also can see the doctor. This was a really actually an excellent scene because, you have this doctor who just got this award for being the best child psychologist supposedly in the city,
Yep.
Philadelphia.
Mhm.
And then he's got this deranged former patient.
That's telling him he's not.
Yes.
You didn't help me.
No. And it's like just the juxtaposition of those things slamming together like that, which
Yeah.
is the whole basis of the whole movie, of course.
The whole movie. That whole scene was incredible. And it
Yeah.
was very, telling, you were
Very.
supposed to help me and you didn't help me.
And it just breaks your heart because
Yeah.
how many times do you know children have said that? Because it's been said, in all honesty, so many times in reality. It just is.
Yeah.
And you're somebody doing the best job they can. So anyway, we feel for both of these characters. We feel for both dead people. Well, we don't know that he's dead yet, although we kind of do.
Well, we feel for the doctor because he sees a failure right in front of me.
Yeah.
But he also
Yeah.
feels for the kid. It's not just about, am I good at my job? It's
No.
he knows that his job, and his wife is really proud of him for this. His job affects the future and lives of these children he's trying to help.
Children.
And right
Yeah.
here we have somebody. And again, I want to go back to Donnie's performance. I mean, the way he holds himself.
Perfect,
I mean,
isn't it?
he
Though
looks
the whole body,
desperate.
the
Yeah.
posture. Yes.
Everything.
In a freaking underpants thing, it's just like, my God, you really pulled that off, dude. That's so hard to do that right.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And one thing that you learned from this whole episode too is he can be a great doctor, but you can't help everybody.
No,
And
you
Right.
I think that's the whole gist of
Yeah.
that whole scene is,
Yeah.
yes, you can be the best doctor in the world, but it doesn't mean you're going to be able to help everybody. It's not. It's not possible. Sometimes there's people that you just can't help, and he
Anna,
was one of them.
and Anna says a very telling thing about the fact that she basically was second in life to him because everything
Right.
else, his business, his work came before everyone else in his life, and it's not like she resents him for it. I don't think, but she mentions it, So
Yeah,
it's
she mentions
there.
it.
Yeah.
There. It kind of does come up later too. So
Yeah.
Well, I
it
think
does.
a lot of wives or spouses, because this is not just a wife thing, but spouses who feel like they're taking second fiddle to education, to career, even to their kids.
Yes.
Kind of waiting for that moment where they go, "Oh yeah, and we love you too," and so
Right.
Yeah.
I think she feels very much that after this award, it would be her turn. That there would be more
Finally,
of her
yeah.
coming forward, and
Yeah.
so that again. Vincent killing him instead takes that future away from her, obviously in a very real way,
right.
Right.
which I really is good and feeds into her scenes later on.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
oh my goodness, he's just fine, is what we're supposed to think in the next scene, and he's watching
Right.
over his next client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fall, he's sitting there watching the little boy named Cole coming out of the
Yes.
house. So you think you think he came out of the shooting fine?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did the notes come from?
Okay, now see, here's a
Mm.
big question about with ghosts. Depending on your school of thought, ghosts are either unable to touch anything around them at all,
This
or
is
they're
right.
able to take their personal possessions with them into the next
Okay.
phase of
This-
their
That's an issue.
existence.
That's an issue I have because when he goes down to the wine cellar, he can open the door a couple of times, but not the last time. And this is the thing about ghosts is that they don't have,
Well, here's the thing.
ghost.
He never opened the door. He never
Oh.
once opened that door.
Opens
Think about
the
it
door.
when we watch
No.
that movie. You see him try the doorknob, and then you see him
Yeah.
walking down the steps, but we never
That's
see him
true.
open that door.
Good point, Katie. No, because ghosts can't do shit physically. It's just like the whole idea of how many movies have we seen where ghosts are trying to manifest moving an object? It's just like the biggest thing they can do. What was the Beetlejuice, right? They did
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did a
So
lot in like Supernatural and like even
They did a
Yeah.
lot of that
the ghosts
natural,
can
but a
use
lot
stuff with their
depending on
mind.
how angry or
right.
what they
Right.
needed to do in that life that's how they can channel that and move things if they choose, if they have the
Yep.
power to do that.
Well,
But
They
most
did it
of
in
the
the
times they're not
movie Ghost.
corporeal to do that.
that
Right. Yeah.
is the whole
Right.
passion.
Movie Ghost.
Why a ghost? Why is there a ghost? A ghost is there because of unfinished business.
Unfinished
Right.
business most of the time. Correct.
Always,
Or
always.
they want something from you.
they want something from you, or they want to
They
tell
want
you
something done.
or they want
Right.
like the story, they want to tell you something because they
Correct.
need something done to help them move on or
Move to
whatever.
the next phase. Correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because we all believe that, right? So
Now, after
anyway,
he's done watching this kid, which these days,
yeah.
dudes walking across the street following my kid,
Uh,
I'm calling the cops. But so he's over there following
Yeah.
following the
all the
kid,
FBI, all the
and
FBI.
then we see him sitting at the kid's parent at that kid's house,
Yeah.
right
Yes.
across from his mom.
With the mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the mom.
But the mother
But
does
he's not interacting with her.
No.
Right.
And this is the first clue. The first, to me, early on in this movie, it was very clear to me that, well, when I saw him getting shot in the gut, I know that gut shots are very serious.
Right.
because
yes.
All the other cop shows and detective shows and everything
Said
else
show,
I watched.
So in every Western I ever watched growing up.
Yes, you died. You die from septicemia, if nothing else. But anyway, so he gets gut shot. So it's very easy for me to believe that he's not really alive, and the mother not interacting with him in that shot was the first hint I got. There were further hints, but
Well,
See,
he
when I first
also
looked at this
and
movie, I didn't think that at
Cole
all.
really no.
I
Go,
didn't. I
Melissa.
didn't think. I didn't even think of that because
You
my
didn't?
focus was so much on the boy and him dealing with his issues. My brain didn't even really go to the Willis issue.
Interesting.
So it really depends on
Well-
how you look through the film.
Okay.
you can interpret what he says to Cole two different ways. Cole asked him if he was a good doctor, and he said, "I used to be."
I used to
Right.
So
be.
you
Yeah.
so you can interpret it as
He doesn't.
dead,
He does
Or
not.
he just-
Or
or he didn't do a good job with Vincent, and now he doesn't think he was
Right.
ever a good doctor.
ever a
because
good
of that.
doctor. Right. Correct. That's kind of how I viewed it. Right.
He doesn't know he's dead yet. He does not realize he's dead until later in the movie. But there's a great line that kind of summarizes a lot of the pain and suffering that both the mother and the child are going through. A child that has problems that no one understands, and those really exist. I've known schizophrenic people. I've had friends that were schizophrenics and people I loved who were schizophrenics, and what they see is real to them, and you have to understand that. And it is
Right.
it's heartbreaking because they don't have a choice. They really don't. So he says to the doctor, what's his name? What's the doctor's name? Malcolm. He says
Malcolm.
he's talking about, he tells him a little bit about what happens in school, and he says they don't have meetings about rainbows.
Yeah.
Right.
That was, to me, a brilliant line. They
Yeah.
don't have, because that summarizes everything. This is a little kid, who's being pushed through the system kind of, and he doesn't quite fit. He's a little square peg in a round hole, and just
Yeah.
doesn't work. And he's 9 years old,
9 years old.
very
And
vulnerable.
doesn't know how to communicate what he's going through to people
Right.
because all the
Well, and
people
he-
around him think
believe him.
he's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Yeah.
they,
well,
he doesn't know how to tell them.
even we would think he was crazy because
Yeah.
No. nobody sees dead.
No one sees dead people. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you explain that to somebody? And
Well,
drawings, or he
there is-
he writes himself
Yeah,
out how he feels.
His name is Cole Sear.
yeah. Cole
Yeah.
Sear. That's cute. Good catch on that one.
Well, there you go. I like
Good.
how, I don't know if that scene where you're talking, what if it was before that, where they're in the kitchen and they're doing breakfast and the cabinets were open before, and she goes and shuts all the cabinets. She leaves for all of 30 seconds. She comes back in and they're all open again.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, creepy.
But and also when he picks up his hands, there's a handprint on
Handprint.
the table that
Yes.
doesn't really
Yeah.
look like he made it.
No.
Right. So
But
there's
it's-
little weird, creepy things that are going on.
Mhm.
And the thing is, this woman
And it's
is
always cold in the house.
yes, but she's
Well, that's Ghost 101. Every time
Yeah.
I
there's
had a
a
house like
spirit,
that though, man.
temperature
The
goes
heater
down.
just
I'd learned that in Supernatural, man.
That's
well,
right.
you do
Ghost
have
101.
familiars. You have familiars, and you have people that draw and attract ghosts. I've had ghosts in my houses. I lived in a house with one ghost. The guy that owned the house originally, an old Italian man, and he was very kind. He just sat in the corner. He didn't bother me. I swear. I just see him out of the corner of my eye sometimes. But he was not malevolent at all, and everybody thinks I'm crazy because I said I saw him, but he was.
I got friends who run a ghost hunting club, so it's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah.
Mhm.
I have an aunt
Everybody
that
has
saw a
their own
ghost.
beliefs.
Yeah, well-
Yeah, everybody has them.
They lived in a house that someone killed themselves
Died.
in.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
was sitting at her makeup table putting on makeup, and she thought she saw one of her children go around the door to scare her. But when she
Okay.
got up and looked behind the door, there was no one there.
Huh.
Oh,
Interesting. Well, this gentleman had died in the house. He had died, and his daughter was
Yeah.
my landlady, but he was a very kindly ghost. But you know, I was probably, I don't know, I was probably high.
what did you all think of this scene where the mom was looking at the pictures on the wall? Or
Yes.
family
Oh,
pictures?
I wrote that down. I wrote that when she.
Yeah, I wrote that down. She sees a
I know.
shadow and light by every picture of Cole. There's something behind him,
Yes.
kind of hanging there.
Little tiny
Yeah, I saw that.
light.
It's a reflection of something. Yeah.
And to me, that was like a depiction of his special ability to see dead people. You know, it's just like
Every time they take a picture, there's a ghost with them, and that's
Well,
that
there's
flare
someone
is
with
the
him.
ghost.
or
Yep.
spiritual
Yeah.
attachment of some sort. Yeah. And
Yep.
so there's this woman, a single mother, and she's just agonizing over the fact that she's seeing all this stuff, she's experiencing all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody wants to blame her, but she's living it, and the kid's living it, and the kid is trying to be the better person. He's trying to help his mom as best he can. He
Yep.
loves her.
He really is. I mean, he's a good
Yeah.
kid. He just can't
Very-
control who's coming over and having chats with him.
No,
Yeah.
no. And it seems like it gets worse because then and of course she's playing with the thermostat early on, and you
Mhm.
I flash back to that later when the other stuff happens. But yeah, because she recognizes it's cold.
It's cold
Sure.
all the time. Yes.
Oh, what's going on? I'm playing with the thermostat, nothing's happening. So she's
nothing's-
tackling this, and she does a good job of kind of displaying or explaining the feelings of this mother, this single mother, the frustrations, and that I really admired her performance in this because it's very subtle because she's not given a whole lot of time to expose or exposit her character.
No,
She's
but
good
I
at
think that you are who you are, and if she's been told you need to act like you are a single mom struggling,
Yeah.
working two kids with one kid that you truly or two jobs with one kid that you really know something is going on with, but really are frustrated. I mean, that's a rotten headspace to be in, but it's a really familiar one and
yeah.
easy to research.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any single mother,
Yeah.
yes, it's just that anybody that's been out there being a single mother knows that experience. I think.
It's exhausting.
So
It's exhausting.
So the other thing when right after all that happens, that the whole school thing happens, which I found
Yeah.
very
Oh,
interesting. Where he
God.
talks about that teacher, and the
Brutal.
teacher was up at the at the chalkboard doing stuff, and he starts. I don't know, what did he say? Something about people being hung
Stuttering
at this room or something.
They
Saturday-
asked what the building was used for in the past,
Right.
and he said
Right. He said
that
they
it
used
was
to hang
used
people.
for behavior.
yeah.
And they were
Yeah, they
saying,
hang
no,
people
this
here.
is where they made laws and stuff. But
No,
He's
because
like,
the
no,
courthouse,
before that.
it was a
Yeah.
courthouse, and they did hang people there. Yeah.
Right. And that's what he was seeing. He was seeing the past. That's
Yeah.
the other thing that this kid see. He can see the past with
Yes.
people that proves it because he knew exactly what that teacher was about, his
Right.
list, the whole thing, and he can see the kid's past too, which that's interesting. So he can't just see ghosts. He
Yeah,
sees
what was-
that
No, I think a
too.
ghost told him. I think
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
ghost
maybe.
told him that was in the school when
Maybe.
the teacher was a child.
Yeah.
Says
Yes.
they
Right.
used to call him Stuttering Stewart, or was it
Yes, Stuttering
Yep.
Stewart or Stanley or something. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Stuttering Stanley.
Yeah,
Stuttering
and-
Stanley? Thank you.
And of course he starts studying again. But then there's this Tommy, what's his name? Tomarino, whatever.
Tommy
his name.
the bully.
Tomasino.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Tommy-
kid. Yeah.
He early on because he puts his arm around him like they're buddies. But Tommy Tomasino, who's been in a commercial for what was it? Cold remedy or
Syrup.
Yeah,
Cough syrup,
medicine.
cold
Yep.
syrup. Yep.
and he gets his comeuppance later too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But
I just thought that whole, in the school was interesting because they were trying to get him out because he's different and weird, and the kids are
Yes.
mean. And I like how the mother says, it's not my kid. It was really good. Her struggle with the
Yeah.
school system,
Yes.
that whole
Mhm.
thing you can relate to also when your child is different.
yes.
No,
So that was good.
And I had that experience with my oldest daughter. She just had trouble socializing, and she would be sent to the office because other kids were being mean to her, and she was the
Right.
distraction in the class. The other
Yeah.
kids are the ones who are misbehaving. My daughter did nothing
Yep.
wrong. I say that not as a mom who doesn't believe her children can do anything wrong. I've met my kids; they do things wrong, but she was not the disruption. It was these other kids deciding that she was an easy target, and that's what is so familiar about the treatment of this young man.
Of this, yep, because he was just different and
Yeah.
not conforming to what they thought he should be, like all the other kids. And the other kids were the ones that were mean. He wasn't. He was kind of to himself,
He
and
was-
that's why they picked on him.
Bullied.
Oh, yeah.
He was
If you're
bullied.
quiet, you're a target. And
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally.
and I
you're
was a
target.
couple of times. I
Yeah.
didn't get loud until I got to college.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love you,
I would-
Melissa.
My teacher would say, "Your daughter is so quiet and so good." My mother's like, "Are you talking about my child?"
Nah.
Yeah, I was never quiet.
I was not that problem until I got to go to college. So
My poor mom, she got called in all the time about Jackie said this in class. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did.
So he asks the doctor. The doctor says something to him, and he says, "I don't want to be scared no more."
Yeah, yeah. What's our goal?
Yep.
What is our goal here?
Right.
What do you want? And he says,
What
"Can
do
I
you
choose
wanna
something I don't
get
want anymore?"
out of life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he asked him,
Yeah.
"Are you gonna get that?" You know,
Right.
and the guy from then we get on to the wife. You know, they cut back and forth so much in this movie, a little bit too much for my taste.
Well, we
Because
did miss a scene where he's gone and meets his wife for dinner at an Italian restaurant. It's their anniversary, and
their
she's
Their
all
anniversary.
dressed up.
And
once
he-
again, he slides in, and it's like they're having a conversation, and she's upset
Right.
with him.
Yeah, but they're-
while he's explaining what his new case is like.
Right.
And, she just finishes it by taking the check,
Right.
taking her card, putting it away, and going, "Happy anniversary," and leaving. So
Right.
we feel like this has been an argument
right.
from
Right.
our point of view and from his point of view.
Right. Correct.
Mhm.
Well, we're
Yep.
supposed to, but by that time I already knew that he was dead. In my mind.
Shh,
So,
it's a
the first-
secret.
That's not.
Well, when I first watched the movie, I didn't know that. So, for someone
No.
who has never watched the movie, you wouldn't.
No,
Like I
you-
said, it all depends on your perspective of how you're watching the movie. Because for me, I was watching the movie through the kid, so I really wasn't paying that much attention to the doctor. So I always told my cousin when we watched this, I said it really is good to watch this movie twice because that's when you really figure the stuff out after that.
Mhm.
So I
Well, that's
enjoyed it
why
because I
never
got
watched it again.
a
There's
different perspective of how you watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen a lot of movies that I don't remember anything about them, and I don't remember anything about this. My husband saw it with me and told me I got really, really upset watching this movie, which is probably why I don't remember it. But
Good.
we're talking about this, and he mentioned that I asked him. I said, "Is he dead?" Because I didn't remember whether he was or
Okay.
not.
Right.
And he said, "Well, think about it. He wears the same outfit in everything.
Every single day.
Every single day he's got the same clothes on that he died in." And then I started picking up other things.
Yes,
Like
you do. You do. Yeah.
the only other outfit he wears is the sweatshirt that he put over his shirt
Right. Yep.
when they were downstairs.
Yeah, when she gave him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had not picked that up. I don't
Mm.
remember the movie, but I don't think I thought he was dead
See, me
in
neither.
the film the first time.
No, I
And
did.
the first time I didn't. Now the second time watching it, it's amazing the stuff that you pick
Because-
up that. Yeah.
The
And when you-
other thing is he doesn't touch anything. He
No.
doesn't interact with anybody but the child.
Yes.
The child.
His papers.
Correct.
He had his papers, his
Yeah.
folders, his papers,
But-
his books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So anyway, poor little guy. He goes through such hell with school and the people picking on him there, and then let's see, he has a breakdown, and then Malcolm comes home to her watching old wedding
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
and that's a very moving scene, I thought, because
Mhm.
we know by that time I knew he was dead for sure, so I know what she's doing. you know, but of course he's coming in thinking, okay, she's eaten without me. He's building up this scenario in his mind that she's mad at him, yada yada yada, because she's going to bed.
But before that, he has been in the basement, and here's the guy come over to ask her out.
That was after.
That's a good scene.
No, that's
too.
before.
Yeah.
That's before.
That was before that. That's before that. Yeah.
That's before that.
Because he's
Yeah.
downstairs
So
looking up more work
Yeah.
on Vincent to kind of compare him to the kid that he's looking at now.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
He goes, that's right, keep walking. Or something
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
What's he called?
Yeah.
Cheese dick? I've never heard that expression before.
that.
Neither.
Yeah, cheese dick. There you go.
What the
That
what?
sounds
I
like
never-
a complicated medical condition that I would not want to have to deal with.
probably something to a yeast infection. Yeast
There you
infection.
go. I was thinking the same thing.
That is still a complicated. You know, I wouldn't know. No.
Yeah, so that it just so poor guy, you know, being dead and not being able to do anything about your
We're
wife's
drawn
symptoms.
up on one of the first times we know that Cole can
Sure.
see ghosts, and that is the birthday party.
Mm.
Where again we
Mm.
see the mom
Yeah.
thanking the other
Oh.
parents for inviting him because he doesn't get
For
invited to
inviting.
things much.
Nobody because he's odd man out. Yeah.
But before that, we see him follow her or go upstairs, and she's in the shower, and we see the bottle of Zoloft for
Yes.
anti-depression.
Yeah,
Good point. I did write
for
that down.
depression. He's
Yeah.
concerned
Yeah,
about
and
that.
he doesn't understand why she would be
Yeah.
depressed
Right.
Right.
because he doesn't know that he's dead still. So the birthday party scene was incredibly cool. That was brutal.
That was amazing. It was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Well, brilliant, brutal, but what they did,
Yeah.
was, you know,
It's
a kid
difficult
that's-
to watch a kid get left out, get made fun of, get bullied. It really is.
or get locked
Yeah.
in a closet somewhere when he's got
Right.
problems.
It was very interesting how he was sitting there and he heard, you know, the ghost up there, and that's why he walked up the stairs and those bullies again. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was just horrifying, and you could hear what something was happening to him in there.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like he was getting beat up.
Yeah.
Getting beat up, and he is, because in the doctor's office they talk about how they see scratches and bruises and things happening, and that's why they think
Mhm.
she's abusing him
And he even
because they're
says
physically touching him now. Yeah.
later he says it's the ghost. They think it's his mom, of course. But the mean kids are really mean, and
Yep.
you know, he freaks out after they lock him in the cupboard, and in the hospital, Cole cries. Oh, in the hospital, Cole tells Malcolm his eyes are sad, and I thought that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
He talks about how sad his eyes are. It's kind of like he's, you know, and Malcolm's kind of like, you know what?
Well,
Right.
he's questioning what makes you think I'm sad. And that's why he says the ice
Yeah.
thing. So I think eventually they're kind of, we don't know this yet, but they're both giving each other therapy, or at least the
Oh,
outlet with which
Yep.
to work
Oh,
through
totally.
their issues.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Co-counseling. Yeah.
Yep.
But of course, the child is counseling the man so that man's spirit can pass on, basically, because he's going to be stuck there otherwise.
So
And,
you think Cole knows that he's a ghost?
Cole
No.
knows he's a ghost.
Oh, he
I think-
knows.
yeah, Cole,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Cole knows from the first minute he knows he's a ghost.
Mhm.
Cole
My
knows-
problem is every time we say Cole, I think Fifth Element, and he's Cole. So Bruce Willis is Cole. So I would keep doing that. Yeah,
Cole-
I think the kid knows that
He's a-
Bruce
from the
Willis's
first-
character is a ghost from the moment
From-
they speak.
from
The
the-
senses
yeah.
he knows it every time.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell. Yeah,
I
the
think
way
he
he.
can tell. I think he can.
Yeah, I think so too. He knows he's.
But what's interesting about that is that every ghost that he sees is always scary, harmful, or do something, and Malcolm's the only one ghost that isn't. So
Which is
I always
what- well,
wondered
and
why
also-
that is, right?
He talks to Malcolm.
Also, you see how they died, but
Yes.
he never sees the blood on Malcolm.
No, never,
Yeah.
never.
That is
true.
very true. There's also the expectation that Malcolm wants to talk to him because he's a therapist in his
Right.
life.
Mhm.
And so, of course,
Right.
he
Mhm.
wants to speak to the boy as a therapist. While he has no idea, Cole has no idea why all these ghosts want to talk to him.
Talk
And
to
it's
him.
the same reason
Mhm.
as Malcolm talking to him.
Yeah.
They just
But-
want to be heard. Yes.
Right. But
Well,
there's
he asked
no,
them.
again, no reason,
he-
no obvious reason to
No,
him
no.
Mhm.
before he understands that that's why they're trying to speak to him.
Yeah, he finally asked him. He goes, "Have you ever talked to one?" He's
Right.
Right.
finally, through this
So-
whole movie, finally, have you ever talked to one? And he kind of looks at him, because they're scary. He's a 9-year-old boy. Why would he think
Right.
to talk to them? You know what I mean? I don't think that
Mhm.
ever hurt him to talk to one.
But
Why
when
would you?
when he mentions it, then of course Cole does. That one little scene there with the scary girl, and he goes into his little tent city thingy that all kids make
Yeah.
their forts. We all make tent forts when we're kids, and But you go. I love the fact he's got all of the stolen figurines from all of the churches lined
All
up.
the churches.
His tent
That
fort.
was funny when he was heading out of the pew after one of their talks, and he's just
He
walking
grabbed-
by, and all of a sudden you see his hand go.
Or
As he's
cute.
walking out.
And then we see the fruits of his labors then lined up all around his little tent fort there, his little sacred space. But he does take it to heart, what Malcolm said to him about talking to them, and he overcomes his fear and he goes and
Correct.
approaches
And
her.
he asks her.
Yeah.
But before
Well,
we get to that,
Malcolm thinks he's schizophrenic and he's not helping the child.
No,
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But before we get to that, I mean, when Cole is in the hospital, he actually does come clean with Malcolm
Right. I
about
want to tell you.
what
wanna
it
tell
is
you my
that's
secret.
bothering him.
yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
and it's funny because Malcolm's like, well, I don't know if I believe you.
No, well,
Kind of-
Malcolm-
Yeah.
he
having
doesn't
to
say
write-
that, but
Off. Write him off because oh god, the kid's crazy.
And they
Yeah.
don't know they're dead.
Uh-uh.
Right.
yes,
And he
that-
tells him that. He says
Yeah.
that some of the ghosts don't know they're dead.
No, they don't.
They're that they're walking around like other people. They don't know they're dead, and they see them
Right.
all the time, and they are everywhere.
Mhm.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
and they see
Right.
only what they want to see too. So it's
Right.
hard for them to
Right.
See
learn
what they
what their
wanna-
situation is.
Yeah, And they see only
Right.
what they want to see was the important area.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That
I
just
think
breaks your heart.
he's starting to kind of open up a little tiny bit to understanding that he's actually dead himself, but just a little bit of a glimmer of it. And then
I still don't think he knows until the very end.
I don't
A
think
little
he knows
different.
either.
He doesn't know until the very end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does until the very end.
I wrote it down when he knows. Oh,
I certainly didn't know the first time I watched it, and I think there was an
Nope.
unspoken rule for anybody who watched The Sixth Sense when this came out that no one would tell anybody what the ending was. You
Yeah,
had to go
because
watch
you
it.
don't know he's dead until then.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the whole point of the darn movie.
Of
So
the
I'm really
movie.
sorry, Cynthia,
Correct.
that you figured it out 10 minutes in because you missed out.
Yeah,
on
because
good
the rest
part
of us
the
did
movie.
not.
you know what? And in all honesty, I will be honest with all y'all. I probably read something somewhere that gave me a clue, and I just went off on it. So
Got
because
it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
probably was reading some Hollywood insider shit or something.
Well, because I mean, there are a couple of movies like that where once you go see it, you don't tell a darn person anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Figure it
because
out
you
on
ruined the
your own.
movie. If you would ruin this movie if you told them that.
Oh really? Oh really? Because
Yeah, I think you would, because the premise and the way you look at the movie is different once you know that.
yes,
And that's the reason why I think the reason why it was written that way is because most people didn't get that until the very end, just like he didn't know he was dead until the very end either.
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
his ghost's whole purpose in being there is to resolve the issue of the failure of the previous client and to make amends and to make it right, so to speak, so his soul or whatever, his spirit, to be at peace with it all, but also to save the kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I do like that after he admits that I see dead people, we actually start see him see dead people.
Yes, I like that too. And the cold, they started showing the frosty breath
Yeah,
coming out of
yeah.
him.
The
It's
breath,
just
yep,
chilly.
the temperature after starting doing that. Yep.
Yeah.
Should have been happening all along, but they started showing more of the creepy things, the shadows in the hallway and shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was.
Well,
it
they
was-
also showed the mom finding the scars on his back where
yes,
he's been hurt.
yeah, yeah.
And yay for her, she calls the parents and tells them to keep their little shits away from him.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Got to stand up for your kid whenever you can.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard to do when you're a single mom too, because again, everybody blames you in the first place because you're the single
Right.
mom. You're the
Okay,
single parent.
I'm going to sound stupid here. What is Toni Collette? What was the other famous role she was in? And I'm going to sound stupid saying that. Toni Collette.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I
really
have
don't.
no idea.
Sounds stupid. Good. Forget that. Never mind.
Toni Collette.
Oh, okay. Melissa's always on the.
Yeah, I don't have my phone down here.
Okay.
Toni Collette, actress. Yeah, she's we got About a Boy, Sixth Sense, Heredity, The Hours, Wayward, Madame Ram, Mickey
Little Miss
17.
Sunshine.
There
Little
you go.
Miss
That's probably the one that would be about the
Muriel's
same time.
Wedding.
Uh-huh. She was in a
one,
lot
yeah.
of stuff. I like her a lot. I like. And sorry to be off track here, but no, I
you're
really,
good.
I appreciate her as an actress. She's good. She's solid. You know.
She was in Knives Out.
Yeah.
No.
Just Knives Out. That's what. You know how much I. Wait a minute. We should do Knives Out.
I have no
I'm
idea
not
any
gonna
of
do- I don't know that I'm going to do Knives Out. That
Oh, you
maybe
like
not,
Knives
at least not right now. Not right now, because
Maybe
it was good. It was fun. It's
Yeah.
satirical mystery solving.
There's the two of them. There's two or 3
Mhm.
What are there?
There's a third one coming out
Yeah.
soon.
I love those. I love those.
My husband and I watch them. They're fun.
Yeah, they are fun. They are very fun. Yes. Anyway, so where are we in the movie here?
Well, right
Well,
now.
When
he is
does it
hiding-
happen that he listens to the tape and he's listening
That's
to
later.
this tape
Yes.
and
okay,
later.
and then he keeps making the sound
Yeah. Yes, he does. That's
higher,
Louder.
so he
It's
can listen
later. It's
Is that
later.
later?
It's later. It's later.
No, it's not, because I think that's
Yes,
no,
it
I'm not
is.
talking about
Yes,
that
it
tape.
is. It is because then the next thing that happens is he runs into his tent and it's the girl that's throwing up
yes.
and they go to the funeral.
Yeah, the
talking
Munchausen.
about-
No, it is
The month-
later, Jackie, because that's what convinces him that Cole is being honest with him, that he really does
Yes.
see dead people, because
Yes.
he can actually hear voices in a room that's supposed to be
Yes.
empty with no one but
Yes.
Vincent.
Okay.
Yep.
Because
So
I
it's
guess
later.
It is later.
I've
Yeah.
seen someone else. Okay, so I must have wrote that somewhere else. Okay, because that's what I got down here.
He was the school play when he finally had the courage to get in and be a star in a school
Yeah.
play,
Mm.
and he gets up on the stage and then we get to see what's his name be Tommy. What's his
Tony.
name? Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy Toma. What? Anyway, he is like a nothing part, and of course our hero is the hero. Of
Arthur. You know what?
Huh?
And you said before,
Arthur,
Cynthia,
yes.
that watching the end of this movie made you cry. I was tearing up from the time that he held up the sword until the very
Yes.
end. Because you're just so happy for this kid. Finally, it looks like he's accepted. He's got peers that don't pick on him. It's a beautiful moment.
I was sobbing. And actually, I was sobbing at one point. That's how I'm really a sucker for anything like this. That the arts.
Right.
I just totally invest myself. And when something really touches me, it touches me big time. And I was literally sobbing. That kind of.
I just little tears. I wasn't. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I didn't.
And
feel-
the end of the movie. The end of the movie.
Mm.
But we see where Cole and Malcolm are walking away from the play, and Cole stops dead cold, and Malcolm goes back to ask him what are you seeing, and he's explaining it. He's describing stuff to him that a kid,
Yep.
Yeah.
even if he was really into history, probably wouldn't know. This is not information he should be aware of.
Right.
And I think that's what helps to inspire him to dig a little deeper into Vincent's past, because there are some correlations in the way that,
Yes.
of course, that Cole acts and the way Vincent acted.
Right.
The
Similar.
Yeah, but there's other stuff first before that, because he talks to the little girl and he finds out what she wants to know, and they go to the funeral and he finds the
Yeah.
box with
Yes,
the
and
tape in it.
He presents the evidence that
Yes.
proves that the mother or the stepmother or whatever she was
Yes.
She was poisoning him. Yeah,
was-
she was killing the kid.
the child
And
Munchausen
if
by
she-
proxy. Munchausen by
if
proxy.
she was so worried about her little sister, why didn't she show that to her father before the woman killed her?
Right.
Right.
Well, I mean, kids have a lot of trouble telling on their own parents, for pity's sakes, and
Right.
this is her mother.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
Yeah,
Hard
but-
to say, Dad, Mom's trying to kill me, and because it's in the same way that it's a lot of times difficult for kids to come to the parent when a different parent is hurting
abusing them.
behind
Right.
closed
Yeah.
doors and no one knows.
Yep. When no
Um,
one knows.
Who's going to believe you? There really
When a
is
lot of
that
times
who's
you're-
going to believe me.
And a lot of times the parent is threatening them. You can't tell your mom, or they're giving them a reason not to tell them because
That's
they're
true.
afraid.
That's true.
There's always a threat behind that.
But the other
This
thing
other-
is that one parent might not want to believe that the other
Right.
parent is
Right.
And
Well, he didn't have a trouble believing the videotape.
no, hell no.
True, but I mean,
No.
for as a tool for the story, we have to remember that it's fiction and that.
Right,
but,
right.
and
Don't
he- but the
okay.
kid really might, even with proof, might have been afraid. Plus, kids are afraid. What's going to happen to my family once I say something? How is this going to affect our world? Because that's their entire world, their family. When you're,
And wasn't the
10,
sister
12,
wasn't the little
13
sister getting sick too?
Mhm.
And that was the
Oh,
reason why
that
she
was-
did that.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it wasn't
that was
important
why.
for
It
her to
was
save
she
herself,
had
so to
started
save
getting
her
sick
sister.
when the other girl died.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and that was, I think, the reason why she
Right.
reached out to him and gave him the box, because her little sister was getting sick and knew
Right.
that this was the same thing that was happening to her.
She couldn't put up with that. No. Even
Yeah.
as a
It's the protective
Yep.
older sibling thing. Okay, I
Yep.
can be hurt, but no, you can't hurt my little brother or sister.
Yeah.
And they made a point of how important it was when they say she must have come a long way to come talk to me.
Right.
Cole says that when they're heading on the bus to go
Mhm.
to visit the funeral,
Mhm.
that she
Right. Yep.
really, she was desperate. She came a long way just to talk to him. So, the word's
Yeah.
getting out. Cole's a really helpful dude. That's good.
one thing we haven't touched on is the developing relationship between Anna and her coworker. We kind of
Well,
touched on it.
I think that was so minor, with the exception of it showing that that Bruce's ghost can
Yeah.
affect the world around him with emotions. That was such a sidebar in the story.
Yeah.
I really almost don't feel like they didn't need to throw that in there, other than to prove that because
He was-
Malcolm sees his wife cozying up with her coworker,
Some- right.
that his anger busts a window.
Well,
But
no,
it's
I
not
think
like-
I think more it has to show with how distant his relationship has become, and if you're not thinking that he's dead, you're thinking that it's getting worse and worse,
Yeah.
and he's
Right.
not making any attempts to make it better.
But if you know that he's dead already, then it's totally sensible.
Well, and there's also the clue that when he's walking down the alleyway, he's holding where he got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, for me, when I first saw it, was that he's walking away instead of confronting his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
So it is not another one of those moments where you could have said something, but no, we walk away.
Yep.
We could leave.
Right.
Yeah. The mom. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of I'm not half watching it, but I've got it playing to remind me stuff too.
Yeah,
I
me
can
too.
never read my own
Mhm.
handwriting. The mother's frustration, trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel for
She's
her.
asking him about the thimble, the beehive, not thimble.
It's a
pin.
pendant.
It's a
Okay.
pendant that her mother's pendant, and of course we all understand later on what's happening, but it's just like you understand that she really does a great job of coming across as a mother who's trying to understand a sick child, and
Yeah.
But it's getting frustrated now.
yeah, and at the same time that she's not seeing the fact that it's not her child, because that doesn't make sense. Just nothing makes sense about that. And,
Well, she's frustrated, but
But-
then he sees that kid that wants to show him where his father's gun is hidden, and the dog is scared, and she knows the dog is scared, and then her husband
yes, the dog
shaking
knows.
like a leaf, and
Yeah.
he wants to go to sleep with her, and she's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
She really wants to protect him, and she knows there's something seriously wrong, and he
Something
can't
wrong.
tell her.
She knows, and
Right.
she loves him. She loves him, and she knows, and she's
Mhm.
scared, and she's troubled, and she's everything
Something's
that
wrong.
a single mother would be in that circumstance. It's like in hell. She's in hell. She's in hell. She has no way out. She really has no way out. She's just, trying to love her kid the best she can, and
Yeah.
yet the kid is acting cray cray, and and school is like, oh.
We
And
get, she gets so many opportunities in the movie to show that she really is on her kid's side,
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
despite
And-
everything and not knowing what his side is. She just is on his side.
Right.
Because she loves
Right.
him. She shows the mother's love, and she shows the mother's frustration in a modern world where the system really does not support you when it comes right down to it. This was how many years ago, but it's still the same way. Anyway.
Yeah. 26
just-
years ago, quarter of a century ago.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this was a 1999 film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill me now.
Which I thought was a good one. It's a good era for some movies because a lot of things were changing.
Yeah.
Not only in movie making, but it's societal. So it's a good time period for movies to kind of see how things were viewed.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband made a crack about the landline. It's like, who has a landline now?
Hey, I
Was it
still do.
1999? A lot of
I
people.
don't.
Oh, you do?
I haven't had.
I do. I still have a landline. Sure do.
Melissa, that's just like my nephew not knowing what a phone book was.
Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Because they didn't need a phone. He doesn't need a phone book,
Yeah, they don't need phone books. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there's this great line. Why did you leave me? Do you remember that line?
Right. Yeah. When she's
Asleep.
listening to the video again and asleep. Why do you leave me? That's pretty close to the end. But
Well,
Yeah, that is.
let's go back.
Yeah,
Let's go
that
back.
is.
No, because that was a sweet
First,
line.
first he says that he tells Cole that he can't be his doctor. Cole begs
Right.
him to stay, and then he goes home and thinks about Vincent, and that's when he listens to the tape
Yes.
and hears the ghost in the background
right.
saying he doesn't want to die
No.
Great.
And
in Spanish.
okay, but then we go back to the one part that I wanted that we glossed over, or I didn't gloss over, but I forgot, was the thing that the kid says in the very beginning that Cole says, and it is Latin, and it means,
Yes.
and I
Oh,
know what
yes.
it is.
Latin.
Hold on,
There you go.
I know what it is, and it is very important because it's very, very similar to what the kid says that kills himself in the beginning, and I don't have the notes. Anyway, it's basically
It's that
Lord,
he says,
Lord out of the dark,
he says,
Lord
out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord.
and it's Psalms, and I know the Psalms, and I wrote it down, and I can't remember it right now. But it is.
Melissa just said it.
I
Well,
just said it.
but Psalms.
Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord.
But what Psalms? What number is it?
He doesn't say. It doesn't say which
Yeah,
Psalms
doesn't
it is.
say
It's
in
just
in the
Latin.
movie, it doesn't say it. No.
No, it says it on my notes. It's on my notes. It says what
Well,
Psalm.
you should write better so you can read your notes.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
I can't
I'm a
remember.
smart
Well-
Alec tonight. Sorry.
None of the dots. But anyway, I recognize.
Snarky.
I know, right?
When I heard it, I recognized because I love the Psalms. But anyway, they're beautiful. But no longer a practicing Christian, they're still beautiful. But yeah, so the two twin spirits, so to speak, the original kid that kills himself in front of the doctor and kills the doctor too, and then our Cole, they're almost like twin spirits. They're twin souls, so to speak.
Well, we discover as the movie goes on, and I don't think I put this together the first time I watched it, but that Vincent also was seeing ghosts.
Yes.
That's why
Yes.
he was That's why you had
Yes.
such a similar diagnosis. Why?
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
I know why you're scared when you're alone.
Lone.
I know the first
Yes.
time I watched this, I was so stunned by the he's a dead guy moment that I
Right.
didn't put the rest of that together.
Right.
Despite the turning up the volume on the tape recorder.
Of the tape recorder. That's when he hears it. Yep.
That's a nice scene.
hmm
But I like when they're in the church too near the end, and they really have this heartfelt discussion
Mhm.
about what's been going on, and this is where
Mhm.
you kind of do get the tables have been turned because it is more Cole
Counsel.
helping,
counsel.
counseling Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He reveals to I think I know how you can talk to your wife earlier.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
Talk to her
Which
when
was-
she's asleep.
Which was, of course, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really good advice. A really good advice. Really good advice. Sorry, I was from Brooklyn for a minute there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a very sweet scene because by this time I'm crying the whole time.
Well, it really was a lot of emotional moments because you feel very much for these characters as they go on.
Mhm.
But Cole able to calm his mom. Cole
Mhm.
able to finally tell his mom. That
Yes.
that discussion in the car.
That
is
scene
so
was the one that really
good.
just kind of broke
Oh,
my
yeah.
heart. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that was a very emotional scene when he finally tells his mom about him seeing ghosts and what
Mhm.
happened to the brooch and talking about her mother.
Yeah.
Grandmother
Grandma,
says
grandma
hi.
comes and sees me and says hi. I'm like, oh my god, it was oh.
Oh, geez. I mean, I think
And then
And-
it explains the whole
and-
thing about how
that's
she
when I
was
started
there
sobbing.
to see
That's when I
her
started
dance, the whole thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sobbing my-
like oh,
So,
that
so
I
now
that
he
whole thing was
knows.
brilliant.
She
Yeah.
knows for certain that he's telling the truth because that's
Yeah.
something she would not have known.
He would not have known. Correct.
Right,
Yeah.
no. You have to
That
believe
was
it.
brilliant.
Yes.
I say Haley Joel in this movie was
He
incredible.
was he not
was
brilliant?
Incredible.
It
in
was
this
only
movie.
11.
I mean, for a kid,
Just amazing in this
kid
movie.
Yeah.
he was incredible.
He was
I-
incredible.
I
The
I don't-
emotion this little boy shows was incredible in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing that they talked about kid actors actually believing the stuff that they're doing, and you can kind of see it because when you're a child, I know when I was a child and we imagined stuff, we actually really believed we were doing what we imagined because we were out there playing, and
I was
if you're an
pretty
actor,
sure I had the force.
yes, well, yeah, don't tell anybody, Katie, I still think I do, but anyway.
Every now and then I still try it, just to see.
Yeah, there was a time when I knew that I could ride off in my bicycle and go off into the air, like in whatchamacallit?
An E.T.
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 Yeah.
Mhm.
I knew I could do that. And the minute I knew I could do it, I couldn't because I thought about it. And you have to not think. You have to not think to let things happen. There's a magic to it.
Some magic, huh? Okay.
There's a magic to it.
And see, I always thought I was Cinderella every time I did the laundry and cleaned the kitchen and
Oh, you
cleaned the
were,
bathroom.
you were, baby
We're all
girl.
Cinderella, dear.
You were, baby.
Except
No, how
my
about
Prince
Wonder
Calvary
Woman?
didn't put a shoe on my foot. He gave me a rose. So,
If I twirled enough, my clothes would change like Wonder Woman. I would turn into Wonder Woman. I was fairly sure. I just couldn't get the twirl just right, man.
And you know why there's no phone booths anymore because they don't want anybody to be Superman. No.
there is still one in Raleigh. I found one.
Oh, really?
It's at a
Well,
gas station. It's at a gas station on Capitol Boulevard. I took a picture of it.
Melissa, are you in North Carolina? Are you in?
Yes.
North Carolina? Okay, Melissa. Guess who's coming to your house?
Who?
The whole,
What'd you come for?
Cynthia.
whole fucking crew
Who's coming for?
next year for the gathering in North Carolina.
Oh.
Oh.
Man.
Well, you realize that's 4 hours away from my house.
I don't care. It's closer than I am in Michigan.
It's closer than I am in Indiana. So Cynthia and
There
I
you
are
go.
going to be
We'll be there. We'll be there, girl. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Split
Okay,
house
I
with me,
got-
Cynthia.
I got
I'll
a
give
queen
you that.
size bed and lots of floor
I can sleep on a floor anytime.
and 8 movie theater recliners.
I got a pop up tent and a porta potty that hook onto my Jeep. So either way, I'm good.
And I have a whole shit ton of relatives in North Carolina because that's where
Okay.
that's where my Reichard family came from. North Carolina. They came through there, and they have a Reichert family reunion every year in North Carolina. You go
There
look.
go.
You can look it
We'll
up.
time it at the gathering, and it'll be really convenient for you.
It will.
There you go.
In fact, I will have to coordinate that.
Goodness gracious. We've not been going in order on our scenes of this movie, just so
Have
we're
not.
clear.
Oh,
But that's
there's a
okay.
line.
We're touching
There's,
on the really good ones.
okay, I think I can go now.
Oh, I think I can go now.
I
Yeah,
think
you, there's a couple of moments though when not just with Bruce and with Cole, but we get the little girl too, where she gets sick and says, "I feel better." I know we covered that,
yes.
but
Mhm.
we see him starting to, I don't know, come into his gift. I suppose they could have spun this off into another version of the Ghost Whisperer if they'd really wanted to.
I love that show.
Yes. Yes.
I love that show. She's awesome.
It's good. They get to make things all better for the folks. I like that.
It was a good show.
But we see that, maybe he's going to be able to deal with this as he gets older because he's accepted the fact that all he has to do
Is ask what they
listen.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then they'll leave him alone. If he asks
Right.
what they want, yes.
What do you want? What do you need? And then he'll
Mhm.
fix it, and they leave. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
like
could
that
he have
we-
fixed it for the guy that got locked in the closet that didn't steal his master's horse?
I don't
I
know.
mean, how long ago was that?
Well, I'm not saying
Can he
in a
fix
perfect
all of them?
situation. If this happened, I don't think he can help the folks who were hung in the courthouse, now known as
No,
the school.
yeah.
Nope. Can't help them either. Nope.
You can see them. You
But
can't have them.
he was able to save a life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And so, I think that gives us an idea of, okay, he's going to be able to make
Help.
peace with his gift
Right.
Right.
We-
rather
Mhm.
than suffer
hope.
through the curse, which
Right.
is
Right.
all perspective. But I
It
thought
is
that
a
was an
curse.
important
Actually-
point to make for him.
yeah. It would be a curse to be able to see the future or the past in that kind of detail, no matter what. It would be a curse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So do we have any? Do we want to jump to him being able to talk to his wife? Because that moment when he
Yeah.
gets in there and hears her, and the
Yep.
ring falls,
That's
and
sweet.
that's the moment when he
Yeah.
and
realizes.
the audience
Realizes
realize,
that he's dead.
Yeah.
That's when he realizes it. Yep.
But
Yeah.
but because he's talking to her when she's asleep and she can hear him.
And she talks
give
back
her
to
some
him.
closure. Yes, they do have
Yes.
a little conversation back and forth there, don't they,
Mhm.
Melissa?
They do.
Yes.
And it's not huge. It's not like it's a big revelation of life, but enough to give them a chance to say, I loved you, goodbye.
And doesn't she say good night, Malcolm?
Yes.
And he
Okay.
also says you weren't
There-
number 2.
And
Right.
the thing is, good night, Malcolm. That I was really, really sobbing hard then because my mother, when she died, 4 of us children of her 6 children were around her. My mother could not say goodbye. Never, ever could she say goodbye. So she said good night.
Mhm.
And when she said good night, Malcolm, it just brought that all back to me about my mother saying good night to each one of us as she was dying.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's sweet. It's a good way to
Yeah.
say goodbye. Good night.
I don't
Sorry.
know that there's a whole lot more to chat about. No, you're fine. It just reminded me of my dad saying, "Can I go now?"
Yeah.
And us not really realizing what
I-
he meant at the time.
The thing is, we know when we're dying. I do believe my mother knew. My mother knew.
Yeah, I think they know.
They know.
Yeah.
And I would want to know. I would want to know. So I can make my peace with whatever, whatever I believe in at the moment, which isn't
Yeah.
much right now. Oh, by the
See, I
way,
have-
hey, no Kings protest Saturday.
I have plans when I pass away. If there's an afterlife, I know who I'm going to haunt, and I'm going to make the rest of their lives just
Like
really-
miserable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My problem is a
Me
lot
too.
of the folks that I want to haunt, they don't take care of themselves, and they're probably going to die before me, and that's upsetting because they don't get the chance.
You gotta haunt them right now, Katie.
Uh-huh.
I
Do
do.
it
There
while
you
they're
go.
alive.
I
and you are
haunt them
too.
now as it is. Trust me.
There you go.
I started to write a poem the other day about can you have a harem in heaven? because they talk about the love of your life. I've had like 7 loves of my life. Can I have a harem in heaven?
Sure, you can have anything you want, girl.
I know, because it's just like what. Oh gosh, what dreams there are. Have you ever seen that Robin Williams movie, What Dreams There Are?
Yes, long time ago.
Well,
Long
okay,
time
it's
ago.
visually beautiful. It's a terribly put together movie. It's a great story.
Yes.
I read the story, short story long before I saw the movie. Beautiful short story, and it's a glorious premise. What dreams may come. Melissa, you read it? You saw it, or
Nope.
what? Oh,
I
okay.
think I saw it when I was a teenager or
It
something.
is.
I mean,
The thing
it's
is-
old. It's been a while.
It is. It's talking about life and death and our karma and dharma kind of stuff, but not saying it that way. But it is just a man's wife commits suicide, and he basically goes after her to save her soul in heaven, and he has to go through heaven and hell to do it. The visuals are great. Robin Williams is brilliant, of course, and it's a beautiful storyline. But you really have to have read the original story to understand what's going on. Because this man is, and it ends up that they both basically give up and die again, so that they can possibly have a hope of meeting each other's souls in the next life. It's a story about reincarnation and just reconciliation. I love stuff like that. Not that I believe it always, but the guy that wrote the story also wrote a story called The Last Unicorn, which is a wonderful little tale.
Oh, yeah, and we love that movie.
You've seen it, okay? You know
Yes,
what
My
I've
sister
seen
was
that.
obsessed with it so much. I watched it probably every
I
week
love it.
for
I read
like a year
It's
because
I
VHS
love
had come out.
that story. I love that story. I love unicorns. I just
Well, and so does Shirley. I showed Shirley the movie, and she wasn't as interested in it as my sister. Now, I think, now knowing what I know of my sister, that her reason for watching it was not because of unicorns, because
No,
my
because-
sister is gay, and
And
that gal
she's-
was slim
Fine.
and shapely, and I have a feeling that my 10-year-old sister was discovering things. And
Yeah.
so-
Okay. Hey, you know what? We got a lot of material for tomorrow night's chat.
We do. We are done with this one though. I'm not going to do big rating on this because
No.
the movie speaks for itself. It's been out long enough that it has its own rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
It wasn't really a scary movie, but it dealt with ghosts, so I thought it was a fun movie to do this month.
Hmm. Yep.
And an enjoyable look back, because I personally, after the first time I watched it, since you knew what the twist ending was, I couldn't watch it again. Because it wasn't as,
Oh.
except to kind of go back and go, okay, didn't he talk to her? Oh, I guess he didn't talk to her. Okay. And then I was done. I haven't watched it in 25 years. So
Me
I'm
neither.
happy that
Wow.
this is kind
Wow.
of
Me
got
neither.
brought up.
Right.
Hmm.
I just found it very interesting watching the second time how you really saw the clues, because like I said before, that's not who I was focusing on the first time I watched that.
Yeah.
It was the child. So the second time you really watched the doctor, and that's where I found, wow, they really did give you clues. You just didn't see it depending on how you watched the
They
movie.
did.
Yep.
No,
And
they-
I thought the show was brilliant. I really did think this whole
Yeah.
movie was amazing, and it's brilliant. And Haley
And-
Joel was incredible in this
Joel-
film.
He is incredible. And it's
Incredible
like,
in this film.
where the hell is he? Where the hell is he?
I don't
Where is
know.
He's
Who,
still
Haley
acting.
Joel now? He's
Haley Joel?
he has an updated picture on IMDb, but I did not follow his
Yeah,
career,
he's
so I
doing.
don't know.
I don't either. Anyway,
He was brilliant in this show.
was.
Amazing.
He- for a child actor, he was incredible.
Oh
Incredible.
yeah,
He's
I was gonna say,
37 now, and he's a
Wow,
lot heavier.
37. 37.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I've
Oh.
seen pictures.
But
Yeah.
his face is much fuller.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, that happened to a lot of child
again,
actors. Sorry.
25
Yes.
years has gone by, so he's
Wow.
gonna,
A
he's gonna
long
be
time.
grown.
I can't believe he's 37 already. Seriously, that's just wild.
Yeah.
That's all right. I have nieces and nephews
Wow.
that are over 50, and it hurts me.
Wild. That's wild. Huh. Yeah.
My
Bruce Willis was amazing in this movie.
he was.
Um,
No, he did it really.
And it makes me, when I think about the movie and Bruce Willis now, it just makes me sad to know what he's
Yeah.
going through. It kind of brings it all forward because he was brilliant in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am not a huge Bruce Willis fan, but I will tell you that whenever I heard the moonlighting theme come on the television, I would run down into the basement where our television
Oh
was.
yeah.
Some on my night.
I love that. I love Bruce
We
Willis.
watched that too.
I was,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah,
he
Moonlight was good.
was so good. He was so good.
He was
I
so good.
never liked Sybil Shepherd. Never liked her. She was, anyway. But him I liked. And so I watched Die Hard and the other things, and I thought,
Love Die Hard. Oh, that's my
Oh,
movie, Die
I
Hard.
love Die Hard.
I know,
love Die
We're
Hard.
gonna do Die Hard during December. Don't worry.
That's my
Yeah,
that's my
Christmas
Bruce
movie.
Willis one.
And Lethal
Love Die Hard.
Weapon.
Christmas
Weapon.
Because it is a
Weapon.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
but
Absolutely.
Love it.
all the sci-fi stuff he did.
And Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A Christmas Vacation.
Oh
yeah,
no.
do Christmas Vacation
Oh.
Christmas.
No. Are we doing Christmas? No.
We should do
I
that.
think I'm missing. I don't know that I have to look up that movie. I think I'm missing it.
What's we talking about?
You've never seen Christmas Vacation
I have, but what
with
you
Chevy Chase?
Yeah,
Oh,
Chevy
you mean
Chase.
National Lampoon's? Yeah.
Yes.
No,
We're not-
I'll watch it because but my husband loves his National Lampoons, and we've seen all of it multiple times. We can do National Lampoon's Christmas because it is
Okay,
ridiculous.
all
We can do some ridiculous.
It's fine.
That's
All right.
ridiculous.
I went to
ridiculous.
Chicago at Christmas,
It's ridiculous.
and on the highway, the sign said, Cousin Eddie said the Twitter is full. Put down your phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alrighty
God.
then. We're gonna
The
go on
Twitter
that
is
note.
full.
I just
The Twitter is full.
the YouTube is full. We can't record anymore. So no.
Crime and Natalie, girls.
Well,
It's
ladies, I
hilarious.
do appreciate you chatting with me about this one. Are you glad this was one that we rewatched?
Yes.
I
Actually,
can't
I
get
was,
words.
Absolutely.
sobbing at
It's
the end.
amazing. It's an amazing film.
Oh, it is. It's worth watching. Please watch this.
So did you guys know which one was M. Shyamalan? Who he was
Oh,
in the
I
movie?
didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, my husband.
Did you guys guess who it was?
Mhm.
No, which one
He
is
was
it?
the doctor. He was the doctor that told her that we're going to look at your child
Yes.
thinking that it was you that did
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was the doctor. Yeah,
Yes.
that's him.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
whatever-
that's him.
All
yeah,
right.
whatever his name
There's
was.
our piece of Sixth Sense
Same.
trivia for
Dr.
the
Hill?
day.
I think
Dr.
it was
Hill.
Dr. Hill. Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Hill.
No, that's a really
Yep.
Olivia
All right,
Williams.
ladies.
Olivia Williams, I think, was her name.
Which one?
was-
The
The woman that played Bruce Willis's wife. I think her name
wife.
was
Oh.
Okay.
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 Anna.
Okay.
Diana. Yeah, I think that was her name. Yeah, she was good. She was good. Anyway,
Well, we
she was
almost know what we're talking about. I'm gonna go though because we were really long on Monday, and so I'm trying to
Mhm.
not make my husband think that I'm gonna live in my office forever. So I thank you guys again for watching with me. Remember, we're gonna do Get Out next week.
good. Get out!
Cynthia is
Oh,
already
oh,
said she wants to
has
be
anybody
on that
signed up?
one.
has anybody signed up? Anybody
I
signed
want
up?
that. Yeah, I want to
believe
do that one.
Cynthia and
Me
Jackie
too.
just did.
Dude, Get Out. Me
What?
and
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I got to watch it.
me and Jackie, we're gonna watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be a backup if nobody else signs up
Let's,
for it.
okay,
Okay,
Okay.
Melissa. So
But
we
if
got
somebody
one
else
open
wants a
spot.
place,
Jackie,
That's-
me, maybe
That's
Melissa.
awful nice of you.
I'm writing it down. I want to watch. No, because I want to watch it. I've heard it so much about it.
it is very good and it very surprising. Very
Oh, you-
interesting
Yeah.
premise.
All right, you've seen it.
I'm not.
Cool.
Don't even
Yes,
tell him the premise because I didn't know the premise going
No.
into it. And
Yeah.
just, are you kidding me?
It wasn't something I expected at all.
Yeah. All right.
No.
All right.
All right.
Well, then you
Sounds
should.
interesting.
Melissa, you shouldn't do backup. You should be on because you've seen it before.
I want to leave space for somebody else in case they want to be on it or haven't seen it and want to talk about it.
You shy
And this
flower.
is open to anybody who
Hey,
watches
we've
any
been
of
on the
videos,
last
so,
three.
yeah.
Very nice, Melissa. You're
What?
very
Well,
nice.
just because y'all are good together. I mean, you take notes.
Yes.
And,
We-
and
we-
you have good insights, and each
And
of you
we're-
brings different
We're
like
the squad.
things that you
We're the
pay attention
squad.
to with each kind of thing. You all bring different stuff to it, so it always works out
Yeah.
really nice.
And we're the
Yes.
Yeah. And I like being with y'all, but like I say, if somebody else wants to join in, I don't want to hog it all.
Yeah, well, but you've seen it already, so you might have some extra insight.
You
I've
know
never
what, Cynthia? Come on, give her a break. Even I'm taking a break next week on Monday.
for a break. I'm a little heavy-handed sometimes. I know. Melissa,
Well,
I love you.
I love you too.
She said, All right, go.
Yeah, just
go,
don't
'cause I
pick
gotta
on me.
go.
Just don't pick on me.
I
Thanks,
love me
everybody,
some
for
Melissa.
joining.
She knows.
Oh, we all love us, Melissa.
I do.
We love actually everybody on this screen right now. We do. Yes. So
I'm pretending that I'm wrapping this up. So thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Melissa. Thanks to anybody who popped in to listen to us gab and actually stick to the subject like 90% of the time again. We're getting better at this. If you have any suggestions for movies that you'd like us to watch and chat about, not necessarily this exact group of folks, but we'd like to hear us have opinions and thoughts and like random trivia, then let me know down below any videos, and that's all I got. That's all I got because I got.
And we didn't even mention Outlander.
Oh,
And we almost got through it, but
Almost
no,
got
you
there.
have to bring it up, Melissa.
Melissa.
Oh,
Melissa, tomorrow night members chat. I'm going to chant something at the beginning of the members chat tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Katie's gonna love it.
Ooh. Now she's got us all intrigued. Okay, Cynthia.
There we go.
Go, girl.
Oh, sure.
Got it.
okay.
I like
then I'm gonna recite the opening of Star Trek.
That-
Final Frontier.
go with that. Go with that.
I know that one too.
I would go that.
All right.
No, I
Go
love
to bed so I can go to bed. Go to bed.
I'm gonna go to bed, y'all.
Adios, amiga.
Bye.
Hey, Jackie, especially, go to sleep, child. Jiminy
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh, Jackie got Saturday. She got to drive upstate. She's gonna be.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be an
So-
interesting, fun weekend, though.
Yeah. I'm going to an MRI. Yay.
What?
Yay.
No way.
Yeah. On my knee.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
So
gonna-
maybe
I'm
maybe
gonna-
they won't put my head in the machine. Maybe I'll be able to see outside a little bit.
We gonna see you got no brain or what?